Games provide the perfect medium for telling a good story. While a good movie can keep you on the edge of your seat or make you really feel for the characters, a game puts you in the shoes of a character, creating a truly immersive storytelling experience. There are so many games out there that have amazing stories, but we wanted to highlight a few. Here's our list of 5 games that are worth playing for the story alone. The First Tree. The First Tree utilizes parallel storytelling. You play as a mother fox who is searching for her cubs through a number of beautiful landscapes, all the while hearing the narrator, Joseph, sharing his story. As the story progresses, you learn more about Joseph's story as he connects what's happening in the fox's journey to his life and his relationship with his father. This results in a great story about dealing with the loss of a loved one and all that comes with it. It even touches on relationships between parents and children and speaks to the lasting effects that both parents and the child's decisions have. It is a rather short game and can be played in a single setting if you have an hour or two, and is definitely worth a play. Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn tells the story of Aloy, an outcast in a world overrun with giant robotic machines. She sets out on a journey to uncover her past and find out more about the origins of the machines and the wave of corruption that is slowly spreading through the land. The entire game is filled with mystery that keeps you wanting to learn more. I found myself looking into every nook and cranny to find out every bit of information I could regarding the origins of this incredibly crafted world. There's tons of story packed into all the audio and video files that you find throughout the world that really helps flesh out what the world used to be like prior to the events of the game. The setting of the game is really unique, as it brilliantly melds prehistoric culture and science fiction, presenting religious and supernatural elements but grounding them with a scientific or technological explanation. The world building is really well done and fleshed out, creating an immersive and unique experience that is a must-play for gamers that love a good story. What Remains of Edith Finch. What Remains of Edith Finch is a very unique and interesting game that tells the story of the Finch family through the eyes of Edith Finch. You play as Edith as she comes back to her family's home after her mother passes away. The home is filled with secret passageways and tunnels that are very fun to explore. As you explore the home, you learn more about each family member and even get to witness their final recorded moments. The way that the story progresses through the family, starting with the great-grandparents and working their way down the family tree, creates a very interesting and emotional journey, and it is really cool to see how the stories connect. The game also does an amazing job of pairing unique gameplay with each story, which not only helps the story feel more immersive, but also helps the gameplay loop not feel repetitive. Overall, What Remains of Edith Finch is a solid, well-crafted game that utilizes unique gameplay elements to tell an amazing story and is an absolute must-play. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is the third installment in the Witcher series, which follows the story of Geralt, a monster hunter for hire who is searching for his adopted daughter, Ciri. The main story in the game is really well written. However, the game really shines in its side quests, some of which have more story packed into them than some games have in their entire main story. The choices that you make in these side quests feel impactful, but also feel as though they fit within Geralt's character. The world is huge and filled with life, and there is a new story around every corner. The monsters and characters that you run into all feel unique, which makes you want to travel the whole map to make sure you don't miss out on anything. The game does a really good job of making you feel immersed, having some quests not even appear in your quest log, meaning that you have to listen closely and pay attention to find these quests. It is really easy to get lost in the world, spending hours and hours, and is a great game to play if you want loads of great story content. To the Moon. To the Moon is a rather simple game, but is packed with a beautiful story. The story follows 2 employees of Sigmund Corp, Dr. Eva Rosaline and Dr. Neil Watts. The company they work for has the technology that allows them to create artificial memories for their clients, which they utilize to fulfill the client's lifelong dreams before they die. In the story, you're tasked with fulfilling the dreams of Johnny Wiles. The story progresses as you travel through Johnny's past memories, learning more about his story. The result is a heartfelt story that is beautifully told and will tug on your heartstrings, and is definitely worth playing for the story alone. These are just some of the great games out there with amazing stories. What do you think? Are there any games on the list that you want to try out? Or are there other games that we didn't include that you think we should have? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to find out about all our future videos. Thanks for watching.